Formula One stays exactly where it is for a brand new race to celebrate 70 years. It's the 70th anniversary Grand Prix. It is the fifth stop on the 2020 calendar. After this, we've got the Spanish Grand Prix next weekend, a week off before Belgium, Italy and the Tuscany Grand Prix, followed by then the Russian Grand Prix, then we get Eiffel, and then we're into brand new territory in Portimao, Portugal, before Imola for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix is the last currently confirmed. Hamilton leads the Drivers' Championship 88 points to Bottas on 58 points after a dramatic race last Sunday. Verstappen in third on 52, Norris in fourth place, seems to be holding off a fast-charging Charles Leclerc. Albon in sixth on 26, Perez on 22, Stroll, Ricciardo and Sainz rounds out the top 10. Ocon has 12 points, the same as Gasly in P11 and 12. Vettel still on the second page with only 10 points to his name. 2 for Magnussen and Giovinazzi. 1 for Kvyat. No points yet for Raikkonen, Latifi, Russell or Grosjean. In the Teams Championship, well, that is Mercedes. 146 points to Red Bull 78. An absolute dominant performance for them. McLaren are in third on 50, 7 points clear of Ferrari in fourth. Racing Point are a point behind them in fifth place. Renault sixth, AlphaTauri 7th, Alfa Romeo 8th, Haas 9th on 2, and still no points on the board for Williams in 10th. Hello everybody and welcome to the Grand Review podcast for a very special Grand Prix, the 70th anniversary of Formula One, celebrated at the birthplace of the sport here at Silverstone. Track temperatures were high, and just like last week, the tyres were the talking point this weekend. Let's get straight into all the action that happened on Friday with free practice 1 and free practice 2, where it became evident we had an issue with the tyres. Right, let's get on to the first practice session review then here for the British Grand Prix number 2, titled the 70th Anniversary Grand Prix. Formula 1 celebrates 70 years of one of the greatest sports on the planet. Valtteri Bottas topped the timesheets coming into this session after scoring no points last time out of the British Grand Prix a week ago. He set the ball rolling here this weekend, a 1:26.166. He was a tenth and a half up on Lewis Hamilton, who went into second place. With Verstappen third, Hulkenberg surprising everyone, putting in fourth place with Charles Leclerc in fifth overall. Silverstone was hot. Air temperature 28 degrees. Track temperature was hot, 37 degrees. Much similar to what we saw last weekend in the first practice session for the British Grand Prix. And that meant that the teams and drivers were sceptical of going back out. But what we did see in that first run with everyone just sort of holding off on running, because there didn't need to be a lot because everyone already had the data from last week in the same situation. So there wasn't a lot of runoff areas. But what we did see was the fact that the soft compound tyre, which is a step softer than what we saw last week, because last week was the C1, the C2 and the C3. This weekend it's the C2 is the hard, the C3 is the medium and the C4 is the soft. The C4 tyre compound just doesn't work with this track. It is blistering like mad, specifically on the rear left and the front left as well. So Pirelli got a lot of explaining to do. And it happened later on as well to the medium compound tyres. But that wasn't the only talking point from Friday, of course. Racing Point were banged to rights, and unfortunately for them, lost quite a bit of their Constructors' Championship points. 15 points deduction for them in the championship, 7.5 for each driver. They've been found guilty of copying from Mercedes for their 2020 car against the brake ducts of the rear for listed parts. We talked about this in the commentary of FP1 as well, so go back and take a look at that live on YouTube earlier on. But yes, they've been banged to rights and now points being deducted. But Renault are protesting that decision because Renault think it should be a harsher penalty. 8 of the 10 teams are rumoured to predict and protest that it's not really a fair deal. So stay tuned for tomorrow to see which teams do protest. They've got until 9:30 tomorrow morning to protest the decision. So, lot happened in FP1 by the tyre blistering. Let's take a look at the times overall. Valtteri Bottas tops the first practice session on a 1:26.166. Lewis Hamilton is second on 1:26.304. Max Verstappen third fastest at 1:26.893. Nico Hülkenberg is fourth on a 1:26.942. Charles Leclerc fifth on 1:27.062. Then followed down on a 1:27.280 for Alexander Albon. Sebastian Vettel seventh fastest on 1:27.498. Then we get Lance Stroll in eighth on a 1:27.539. Danny Kvyat ninth fastest, 1:27.653. Esteban Ocon rounds out the top 10 on a 1:27.701. Pierre Gasly 11th at 1:27.707. Lando Norris 12th at 1:27.846. Romain Grosjean 13th on a 1:27.980. And then we get Carlos Sainz on a 1:28.138 in 14th. George Russell 15th on a 1:28.170. Then we get Nicholas Latifi 16th on a 1:28.226. Danny Ricciardo 17th at 1:28.511. Kimi Räikkönen 18th at 1:28.655. Robert Kubica on his Friday debut here at Silverstone at 1:19th on a 1:28.960. And Kevin Magnussen rounds out in 20th at 1:29.319. Free practice 2 was another one. This time the media compound tyres as well, which was the C3 tyres, which was last week's soft. They're not going well either, because now the biggest worry is the fact that they're blistering after 17 laps, and it's going to be a two-stop race regardless what happens now, because there's just not enough tyres to get through the weekend. So qualifying tomorrow is going to be hard as well. They're blistering after 17 laps, and they're blistering bad on the front right and the rear left as well. So opposite ends of the cars not working together well. Pirelli going to have to do a lot of work going into the night. Massive engine failure for Sebastian Vettel. Went wide at Stowe Corner, brought out the red flag as well. Massive oil dumped onto the track at the exit of Copse Corner because he managed to get all the way round the lap. Bang! It went out the exit of Brooklands and up through Woodcote and into Copse. It's gone. So that brought out the red flag, as well as Antonio Giovinazzi stopping with a hydraulic issue as well. The session wasn't restarted, but it was Lewis Hamilton from Valtteri Bottas stopping the session. So Mercedes again have got that dominance, and Red Bull looks strong with Ferrari popping up there as well. Let's take a look at the full times though from free practice 2. Lewis Hamilton tops the second practice session on a 1:25.606. Valtteri Bottas goes second at 1:25.782. Then we get Danny Ricciardo in third place on a 1:26.421. Max Verstappen goes fourth fastest at 1:26.437. Lance Stroll fifth on a 1:26.501. Nico Hülkenberg sixth fastest on a 1:26.746. Charles Leclerc is seventh on a 1:26.812. Then we got Lando Norris eighth at 1:26.867. Carlos Sainz ninth on a 1:26.918. And Esteban Ocon rounds out the top 10 on a 1:26.928. Alexander Albon is 11th fastest at 1:26.960. Then we get 12th fastest for Danny Kvyat on a 1:27.002. Pierre Gasly 13th on a 1:27.128. Sebastian Vettel 14th on a 1:27.198. Then we get Romain Grosjean 15th at 1:27.294. George Russell follows down, 1:27.320. Kimi Räikkönen 17th at 1:27.535. Kevin Magnussen 18th at 1:27.582. Nicholas Latifi 19th at 1:27.683. Antonio Giovinazzi goes into 20th on a 1:27.955. So already on Friday we learned that the cars could not handle at all the temperature at Silverstone, and with them being a step softer this weekend as well, it did show up. Mercedes were struggling. Red Bull seemed to look eerily dominant as well. But would that hold as Saturday came? Let's take a look what happened in the Saturday practice review. So let's get on to the third practice review then, and all the news started this morning with the fact that the protest from yesterday, which included a 14-page document from the FIA detailing every single bit of information that they found from their research study. Bedtime reading, I can tell you that now. But it was announced that they had until 9:30 this morning for any of the 10 teams to protest the decision. Racing Point announced yesterday that they were protesting the decision on the grounds that it wasn't fair for them because they believe they are in the rules. However, Williams, Ferrari and McLaren, along with Renault, are all appealing the decision, saying that it is too lenient on Racing Point and Mercedes, crucially, as well. So now it's kicked off a civil war in Formula One. We haven't had one of these since about 2009, where the double diffuser was the crucial talking point in Formula One going forward as well. Maybe the Mercedes tyre testing a couple of years ago. But still, this is a proper Formula One debate to see who has got the legality correct or not. So yeah, moving into free practice 3, Lewis Hamilton topped the timesheets at 1:26.621. All the teams going out on the soft compound tyre, considering that's not going to be their race tyre, considering how quickly it degrades. And everyone wanted to save their hard and medium compound tyres for qualifying and the race tomorrow. So it was a bit of an interesting session that we didn't see much actually happen. Because of these rules. Bottas went second fastest, but that was predicted anyway. Norris surprisingly in third place. Crucially though, Hülkenberg was ahead of Stroll in the session as well. Leclerc, Verstappen, bad session for him. It nearly caused a crash as well as he backed off to let Stroll through Maggots and Beckett's and nearly caused a massive collision. So Verstappen angry on the radio throughout the session as well. He was angry with Danny Ricciardo as well. Both of them were being a bit weird. Albon 8th, Ocon 9th, and Sainz rounded out the top 10. Dropping down, we then get Sainz, Gasly, Kvyat, Vettel, Ricciardo, Grosjean, Latifi, Russell, Giovinazzi, Raikkonen and Magnussen from the running order. Great session, great action all the way through. From us all here though, let's take a look at the times for FP3. So Lewis Hamilton tops the timesheet on a 1:26.621. His teammate Valtteri Bottas goes second on 1:26.784. Lando Norris goes into third, 1:27.702. Hülkenberg is fifth at 1:27.256. His teammate just a 10th back. Martin Stroll in fifth on a 1:27.263. Then we get Leclerc in sixth place on 1:27.328. Verstappen seventh at 1:27.445. Albon 8th at 1:27.474. Ocon 9th at 1:27.469. And Carlos Sainz rounds out the top 10 on a 1:27.627. Pierre Gasly 11th at 1:27.659. Danny Kvyat 12th at 1:27.754. 13th for Sebastian Vettel. Another bad session for him. He goes on a 1:27.811. Danny Ricciardo 14th on a 1:27.815. Dropping further down, it's Romain Grosjean 15th at 1:28.076. Nicholas Latifi 16th at 1:28.125. George Russell 17th at 1:28.349. Giovinazzi 18th at 1:28.468. Raikkonen 19th on a 1:28.538. And Kevin Magnussen in 20th on a 1:28.763. The first qualifying session here at Silverstone was determined by drawing lots. Shortest draw started at the back, the biggest draw started at pole position. But 70 years later, the qualifying format is just a little bit different and a little bit more complicated. To take you through qualifying for the 70th anniversary of the highlights, it's Joshua Birch, Megan Birch and Ian Birch.
Qualifying 1.
2 minutes to go at the 70th anniversary Grand Prix qualifying. Claire Williams watches on. George Russell, her best driver, you must say at the moment, is on the cusp of going through to Q2 for the fourth race running. Nicholas Latifi looks to once again start at the back. It seems to be all systems go at the moment, doesn't it, Megan?
Yes.
Who do you think is going to get through to the next part of qualifying?
You asked me that before.
Yes, I'll ask you it again.
I think definitely everyone above and... Including Gasly. Norris as well, Stroll, Albon hopefully for a push.
Yeah,
Russell as well, I hope, and Sainz.
Yeah, everyone else seems to be for the chopping board at the moment. Russell on a lap then, he's on the soft compound tyre going forward. downhill towards Brooklands. A small elevation change here, just 11.6 metres before the flick into Luffield, and then Woodcote Corner before the old national start-finish straight, and a quick flick between Beckett's. So is Russell's second sector time going to be an improvement going forward? We're approaching it. Flat out as ever, coming through Copse Corner. Now pull 8th gear, has got a car in the way. It's Ocon. We don't want that again. He's gone out of the way this time. Down now through towards Chapel and the hanger straight. So the question here is, he's 5/10 off the pace, but Megan, that could promote him into the top 5, right above where Leclerc is. So this is a great lap from Russell. Dad, what do you think of this at race control?
Yeah, Russell's pulling it out in an inferior car, but he's just gone into the drop zone there, unfortunately.
Yep, Giovinazzi's gone up 2 seconds to the line. Russell does go 8th on a 1:27.757. That car looking mighty in terms of the qualifying pace. Here comes Danny Kvyat across the line. The checkered flag is out. Kvyat goes 9th, stays where he is, and so does Ricciardo. But the driver risk, surprisingly, is Lance Stroll. Latifi, high of 16th, but looks to be it. He's got faster cars behind him. Lando Norris, 11th of the moment. Can he improve? Does indeed to 4th place. Big improvement for him, a 1:27.217. Sainz all out of shape coming into Club Corner. Does improve to 8th place, 1:27.450. Going through it as well. Gasly goes 4th. That was crucial. 1:27.154. Here comes Albon. Yes, Albon to 3rd. Pushes out Stroll, but Vettel's in the danger zone. So Albon's through.
Notice how I never mentioned Vettel.
No, and he's gone 11th, 1:27.612. And Russell's looking in danger. Magnussen goes 16th. Stroll will be the next one to get out. Look at that. Grosjean goes 11th. Kvyat now looking in trouble, along with Esteban Ocon. Stroll looking good. Giovinazzi, no, and Raikkonen, bad sectors overall. Stroll to the line, and Stroll goes 16th, and now Ocon could kick out Danny Kvyat. Russell is safe because neither of the two Alphas are setting a faster lap time. Russell through to qualifying 2 once again. Bottas top, 1:26.738. Ocon to the line. Does he improve? By hell he does. 1:27.278, 8th place. That kicks out Kvyat, and the two Alphas are not good enough to improve. George Russell, for the 4th race running in Williams, gets through to Q2. I think we can call them now regular appearances.
Yeah.
And eliminated is Danny Kvyat, Kevin Magnussen, Nicholas Latifi, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Kimi Raikkonen. As Kvyat says, yeah, I think something on the floor broke there. Dad?
Well, 2 things. Albon left it late, but he improved on the Verstappen's time to finish 3rd above Verstappen, who is in 4th. And George Russell, yeah, what an amazing feat yet again into Q2, despite the fact that he's got an inferior car underneath him that just doesn't work well enough.
Qualifying 2.
The green light is on, and the second part of qualifying is underway for the 2020 70th anniversary Grand Prix of Formula 1 around this circuit. Through to this part of the session, Bottas, Hamilton, Albon, Verstappen, Gasly, Stroll, Norris, Ocon, Hülkenberg, Leclerc rounds out the top 10. Then we get Ricciardo, Sainz, Grosjean, Vettel, Russell, Kvyat, Magnussen, and then of course out of the session was Kvyat, Magnussen, Latifi, Giovinazzi and Raikkonen. 15 minutes ahead of us with 15 cars, and in the end we lose the slowest 5 drivers once again. And Megan, who's your pick to go through to the next part of qualifying? Straight away, your automatic one pick.
Weirdly, my mind went to Gasly, though I'm not sure why it went there.
2 minutes to go here at the Q2 run for the 70th anniversary Grand Prix. And we've got Bottas on top at the moment from Hamilton, Ricciardo, Leclerc, Verstappen, Stroll, Albon, Norris, Ocon, Gasly, the top 10. In the elimination zone, we've got Vettel, Russell, Sainz, Hülkenberg, and Grosjean. So all to play for going forward, and I'm just starting to wonder who's going to risk it. But yeah, soft tyres on for Vettel, as we said just a second ago. That could cost him going forward.
Yeah, honestly, I feel that Ferrari are just panicking here.
Ferrari are panicking. I don't know if you can hear yourself back, Dad, as live. That would be if you're delayed, haven't you not?
No, only in my head.
Okay. That's good. As long as you can hear us. That's the key thing. Going forward, Lando Norris, P8 at the moment. Megan, who do you think, position-wise, who are you going to go for?
For pole.
No, in terms of who's going to get eliminated.
Oh,
Your big name. Who's your big name? Sainz. You're going for Sainz. Well, that looks possible. Vettel's a very high candidate, but he's put those softs on.
Him or Sainz.
Here we go, the final run.
Yeah, who's going to do it? This is it. Norris is not looking
This is
good.
where it's going to get dicey for someone.
Oh, what was Norris?
Which big name?
Yeah, we'll go out and risk it.
They were on medium.
Which big name will go out?
Yeah, who hasn't pitted? Who's still in the pit lane? I can't see on this map, unfortunately. It's not showing me. Who's in the pit? I think everyone's out on the track. No, Ricciardo, Verstappen have stayed in the pit lane. Everyone else is out on the track. The checkered flag is out then. The session is concluded. Here comes Lando Norris to the line. He goes P7. That should get him through, but it's not reassured with the cars behind. Yes! Hulkenberg to second. 1:26. And that is a brilliant lap time. Gasly to fourth.
Oh, my prediction was right.
Albon and Ocon in trouble. Ocon goes 11th. Ocon is eliminated from qualifying. He won't go any further. Now on. Grosjean goes 12th. Eliminated. No further. Sainz next up. Can he kick out Albon? No. Sainz eliminated. Megan, you're right. Hamilton's going to go top, but he's backed out. Wise decision, because on those soft tyres, you did not want to start on them. That was a safety run. Albon goes through to 6th. 1:26.642. First time since the Austrian Grand Prix. He's qualified for the next part of the session. So now, Vettel could kick out Norris, and probably will.
Please don't.
Stroll goes 7th. Vettel could eliminate him.
Please don't eliminate Norris.
To the line. He's out! Vettel's 12th! Vettel out! Eliminated! Another disaster, Dad!
Another bad day at the office. Mr. Binotto the fourth is not looking pleased.
I can't believe that between just 1 week they could have both cars in the third part of qualifying, and it just goes away with a snap of the finger. This car's so unpredictable. The big name lost is Sebastian Vettel, 12th, one of his worst qualifyings at the British Grand Prix. I'm just actually getting my driver stats back up on my pages here to find out when he's last won. Finished 16th before last year, but in terms of poles, he's had 2 consistent in a row. He started on the front row in 2011, and he's never failed to qualify in the top 8 at this track. This is his worst ever qualifying for Sebastian Vettel. Dad?
I don't like to say this, but the changes at the end of the season might come earlier, because I don't think the Ferrari board will put up with this, because there's clearly enough in that car to get Leclerc up into the positions. So why not a 4-time world champion?
I agree. I completely agree with you there. Eliminated from Q2 is Esteban Ocon. Sebastian Vettel for the second race in 4, followed by Sainz, Grosjean and George Russell.
Qualifying 3.
Yeah, I'm going to say, but then the green light is on.
It is on, and the session is underway. So, qualifying 3 for the 70th anniversary Grand Prix. So, 12 minutes, 10 cars, all going for pole position. And they're going to use quite a lot of these soft tyre compounds, you two. So my question in this, how long before we get a red flag? For a puncture?
7 minutes.
You're going 7, Dad? Sorry.
I think that it is possible, but I think they've all worked that out.
2 minutes to go in the final part of qualifying for the 70th anniversary Grand Prix here at Silverstone. Hamilton versus Bottas at the top of the timing sheets from Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, Verstappen, Albon, Leclerc, Stroll, Gasly and Norris. This is getting closer and closer and closer.
It doesn't feel like that long ago. In fact, it was the start.
I know, this qualifying hour has flashed by, hasn't it, Dad? It's been quite a quick one.
Yeah, we've had difficulties though, and whenever we have difficulties,
It goes quicker, yeah.
There's not the boredom issue, and so
Talking
it
us.
just and whenever
Yeah.
there's not a boredom issue, it makes the time go faster, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll hopefully have no more
It's always
issues.
faster when you've got something to do.
Yeah, that's true. And luckily, we've fixed the issues now with the box, and Hamilton on his first run is only 400ths down on his own best lap. Bottas is identical. What? I'm not kidding. Bottas and Hamilton have both done 27.334 in the first sector. They have matched on times. If they keep it up, this could be
We did have that
Yeah.
last week as well.
Yeah, we did. Same times in 10th and 11th for top 10.
Oh my.
This could be absolutely insane. Hamilton is only now 0.036 off the pace as we wait to see what Bottas has.
Bottas is better.
Bottas is quicker by 0.042. Hamilton has to do a stellar last sector. Ricciardo's off. 22 seconds to the line. If Hamilton wants it, Dad, he's got another lap. But this could be the pole lap. Hamilton to the line. 125.217. Bottas looking.
coming.
And he's done it. 125. 154. And that is pole position with 2 seconds left on the clock. Checkered flag is out. Lando Norris goes P7.
Lewis is going to have to do a second lap if he wants the pole.
I don't think he is. Gasly goes P6. Is he doing a fast lap? I can't see on the monitor.
No.
No, he's not. Unless he hasn't reached the first sector yet. We don't
Wait.
know. No, he's not. He's not. Leclerc 7th. 126.614. Hulkenberg.
It's third.
Yes! Brilliant! Well done, Nico Hulkenberg.
Brilliant by Nico.
Stroll goes into 5th place. We're all watching the 2 Red Bulls, but Verstappen's had a very bad middle sector. Albon only starts 9th. Verstappen to take the glory. No! Yes! Hulkenberg! Well done! Nico Hulkenberg in only his second qualifying back and his second qualifying the car. He's put it to the 3rd place on the grid and in the top 3. But the big news is that Valtteri Bottas has stolen pole position away from Lewis Hamilton, and he will lead on the run down to Abbey for tomorrow's 70th anniversary Grand Prix. A wonderful qualifying which saw Valtteri Bottas put onto pole position for the 70th anniversary Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton lining up alongside him on the first row of the grid. He's just having no luck, is he, at the 70th anniversary Grand Prix. Nico Hulkenberg starting 3rd on the grid. Now that did surprise everybody. He certainly is super subbing. And then Max Verstappen alongside him in 4th. Danny Ricciardo starts 5th. Lance Stroll 6th. Pierre Gasly 7th. 8th for Charles Leclerc. 9th for Alexander Albon. Lando Norris completes the top 10. Sebastian Vettel starts 11th. 12th for Carlos Sainz. 13th for Romain Grosjean, 14th for Esteban Ocon, 15th for George Russell, 16th for Danny Kvyat, 17th for Kevin Magnussen, 18th for Nicholas Latifi, 19th for Antonio Giovinazzi, and 20th on the grid for Kimi Raikkonen. It's the 70th anniversary Grand Prix. Your commentators are Joshua Birch and Ian Birch, and at race control is Megan Birch.
Round 5, the 70th anniversary Grand Prix.
They're on their formation lap then for the 2020 70th anniversary Grand Prix. It's a very dramatic one. The fans are all on their screen. Make your way over to see who's going to be where. Megan has just walked in, and we'll have a quick word from her for the 70th anniversary. So she's done the commentary.
Yeah.
Megan, you've got to dash off. You've been called away at the last minute. I want your prediction for a top 3 before you go.
Lewis Lewis, Bottas, Verstappen, maybe Hulkenberg if he can get enough.
2-stop race or 3-stop race?
2 for some, 3 if it's a persistent issue.
It all started at an RAF airfield in 1950. 70 years later, we celebrate that tradition. The 5 red lights begin to come on as Formula 1 turns 70. Action for the 70th anniversary. Great start from Hamilton, but Bottas in the second phase jumps ahead. But Verstappen has gone ahead of Hulkenberg into turn 1. Brilliant start on the run. There's someone off in the background. Someone's had a spin. Already we have a track hazard, so I think someone's actually stalled at the start. Coming into the loop section, Hulkenberg trying to hold off Danny Ricciardo, forces him wide. Lance Stroll goes to the inside, down towards Aintree we go. And look at this, Hamilton's doing what he did in 2019, right round the outside of Valtteri Bottas. Bottas is wise to it this time. Can he get the run through Beckett's? Here we go, loop round. Can he do it? Bottas very wiggly coming out of Luffield into Woodcote, but immediately a great start from Lewis Hamilton. He's trying to have the advantage down towards turn 1. No, hasn't done it this time. Brilliant start though. It's Bottas, Hamilton, Verstappen, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Ricciardo, Gasly, Albon, who's now been overtaken by Lando Norris as well. Still trying to have the positions left and right. Still trying to have more of a drama going on. So, Bottas, Hamilton, Verstappen, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Ricciardo, Gasly, Norris, Albon, Leclerc the top 10. Bottas has had a brilliant start to this one as he tries to pull up. Meantime, Leclerc having to defend from the inside of Carlos Sainz, sends it down the inside, just cuts the corner, can't get through this time, so Sainz will have to regroup and do it again. And he's going for it at the Vale chicane, but no luck there, can't get through. No overtaking allowed there, my friend. You'll have to try another overtaking position. We play the start. Right, here's what happened. It was a great launch by both the Mercedes. Hulkenberg didn't get going that well. Verstappen goes on the inside. There's Sebastian Vettel. And Vettel loses it, nearly makes contact with Carlos Sainz, and has a dramatic spin of his own on the hard compound tyre. So that's what all the smoke was of the tyres coming through Abbey. So he takes too much of the curbs. Leclerc locks up. And then, you still the suspension working there as he drifts across the pit lane, Sergio Perez style. My goodness me, that was close to major contact. I'm saying Esteban Ocon nearly hit him. Oh, he nearly did. But Ocon had the fastest start, 4.3 seconds, from 0 to 200 kilometres per hour. Meantime, we move on and we see again more battle. Carlos Sainz now, he's 11th fastest. And he got so close to being wiped out by Sebastian Vettel there. That is almost unbelievable. On board with Danny Ricciardo, started 6th, got swamped over by Verstappen, who came over to defend from Hulkenberg, had to back out coming into Abbey, but that was impressive, very impressive. Hulkenberg still remains in 4th place then. And this is it again. The front left is critical for Bottas, as is the rear left. So we already had this issue that we saw on Friday and we saw in practice all throughout the weekend, that the medium and the softs do not work. So we could be in for an interesting Grand Prix.
That's not surprising, actually, because in all the practice sessions this week, virtually everybody's been having problems with the front left and the front right.
So Verstappen knows, because he qualified on the hard compound tyres. He knows he can go longer in the race than the two Mercedes, and he wants redemption for last week. And look at that! After just 13 laps on those tyres, it's only lap 11, by the way.
Yeah, on the inside of the grain, the graining on the inside. Yeah,
they did 2 laps in quali. Bottas pits. Hamilton takes the lead in the 70th anniversary Grand Prix.
Hammer time.
I think you're right. That's Bottas putting on the hards. And
can you hammer? Can you hammer time with these tyres? I mean, you can clearly see there that he took a bit of a
gap. Yeah.
Yeah, he put his foot down a little bit, and the rears just didn't work.
DRS open for Verstappen. He's 5 tenths back. Not going to make a move through here, but he is extremely close to Hamilton now. Hamilton will be remembering fresh in his mind what happened just a week ago with that tyre failing at the same point of the track. And just for a split second, I thought...
Yeah, we go back to our original thing that he needs to pit on lap 15 instead of lap 19, which they would have liked to get to.
He's close.
They haven't, have they?
No.
Been able to get anywhere near those tyres are on the... If it goes...
Yeah.
Then
the tyres will be 19 laps.
The whole race is lost. So you don't have to be a brilliant strategist back there at the factory, but to turn around and say, we need to change them.
This is getting very close now down the Hanger Straight. Is he going to...
He's not the only one with a problem like that. I'm very surprised the Red Bull.
Oh, Hamilton, box.
Box for Lewis.
And this will be a welcome sight for Verstappen.
Back to the original lap 15. But what can Max do now?
Well, he's got those hard tyres on. He can go to lap 26, 27.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, can he get out enough gap to remain in the lead after track
position? Yeah,
the lap 25 to 27.
Replay of Alexander Albon. What's he done? Oh, he's side by side with one of the Alfa Romeos. He's off the track nearly and the national pit straight into Copse corner. Sends him around the outside. Keeps all four wheels just on the track. That is a great move from Alexander Albon. But I just noticed that that front left tyre is starting to grain, and he's on the hards. Now, how long... Hang on a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hasn't he just pitted 8 laps ago? They're brand new tyres. Oh, big lunge on the inside from Leclerc, but gets ahead. But Norris will come back in. These two Formula 2 rivals side by side through Aintree. Down the Wellington straight towards Brooklands. Leclerc has to back out of it. Norris knows this track like the back of his hand, though. Loads of British touring car races around here in the Ginettas and the Formula 4s. And he couldn't find a way through there. Actually, that's where Dan Ticktum took him off.
I think it's just a tyre situation there, isn't it?
This is why it was 3 seconds. Slow rear right on Leclerc. That's what cost the 3 second stop.
Halfway point here.
Mediums.
Here goes the mediums for
Verstappen.
Max.
It won't be for Albon. Albon's pitted onto the hards ages ago. Here he is. And, well, I don't think that's the right decision for Maxi boy, because these tyres look fine in motion. Let's see what they look like when they come to a full stop.
Yeah, but we've just said that the
Messi from Red Bull stop
the Red Bulls are better on tyres than the Mercs.
3.2 second stop. It was Messi on the rear. Bottas takes the lead. Does he at the exit? Oh, this is close. There's Bottas. There's Verstappen. Bottas takes the lead of the 70th anniversary Grand Prix. But Verstappen's got much fresher tyres.
Yeah, once they're up to temperature, that should be reversed because they're struggling. The Mercs, the last thing the Mercs want is a
fight.
Yeah.
This should be easy. Down towards Brooklands. Bottas has to defend. Verstappen dives up the inside. And it's wheel-to-wheel stuff. Bottas trying to hold on. Verstappen sends him round the outside in left field. And Bottas still tries to keep in, but I think he backed off because you saw a little judder from the car on the throttle. He backed off. So Verstappen keeps the lead of this race. Time penalty for Kevin Magnussen. 5 seconds. I think that must be causing a collision with Nicholas Latifi.
Is that when he went and touched wheels?
Yes, and something broke off on Latifi's car, and we heard the radio as well. Oh, that does not look good from Lewis Hamilton. The front left there is gone basically. We've got a yellow first sector,
and there it is.
And that's a spin, and it's Esteban Ocon. No, it's Danny Ricciardo.
It's Danny Ricky in his Renault,
and he's gone round at the loop. And I wonder how that happened. Did you see? I think we just caught the tail end of that.
I think he lost the back end.
Yeah, and his tyres are flat spotted now, so that's him coming in for the pit lane. This is how he did it then. Ricciardo coming through Farm Curve down towards Village. There's a move going on further up between Ocon as well. Gets on the power and
loses the back end.
I think he had Carlos Sainz just alongside him though. Yeah, he did. Did that play a factor, or did he just drop it under braking? Dropped under acceleration at the end. Exactly what Vettel did at the start of the race, to be fair. Verstappen pits and Bottas. Now, Verstappen's only been on those tyres for 6 laps.
It gets rid of them, doesn't it?
But why has he gone on them for 6 laps now he's coming in?
I said lap 33, 35.
Yeah,
He
but
might
he-
come in again if he...
Yeah. Hard to go on for Bottas, and it's a slow stop from Red Bull, but it's enough to keep him out. Hamilton takes the lead of the Grand Prix, but he has to pit again. So Verstappen, after just 6 laps on those mediums, makes his second stop of the afternoon. Megan's delighted because her prediction of a 3-stop looks likely.
Yeah, because
And it's hards for Bottas, and I think it's brand new hards for Verstappen.
we know from Verstappen's first run how many laps did he do?
27. So he's
27.
he's
So you could go to the end of the race.
I think this is now a 3-horse fight between Verstappen, Hamilton, and Bottas.
I think it was from the start.
It was telegraphed, wasn't it? But I think Bottas is now on the back foot. He's gone wide at the exit of Brooklands. That's letting Leclerc come back into it.
Here we go.
This isn't for Bottas either. This is for
lap
Hamilton.
41.
And he's in.
Under braking that.
Oh! He's locked up, crossing the pit lane. He'll get a drive-through for that. He was too fast at the pit lane entrance speed. He was
And I think
completely
he got
locked
there.
up.
I think, but I think that was.
No, the marks were past the line. He wasn't on the marks. You can flat spot them, but I think he might get a penalty for being too fast.
Yeah.
Brand new hard
I hope
tyres.
not.
That could put paid to Hamilton's afternoon. Verstappen takes the lead.
I hope not. I hope not. 2.7 the pit there.
Good pit
For
stop.
Lewis.
So Verstappen,
Come on, Lewis. Hammer time.
Verstappen takes the lead. Bottas second. Leclerc third. Hamilton now drops to fourth. Hulkenberg's going to really start pushing now. And the gap between them is only 9 seconds. Hulkenberg's going to push because he wants that podium.
Now you can see the panic in the other teams.
Did he lock up? Yeah. Crossed that white line. He wasn't
I
slowed
think
down.
He was slowed down enough.
Oh, that's going to be something, isn't it?
Yeah,
Hang
I
on,
think he
where
was
is
slowed down enough. He did.
He wasn't.
He did a Graham Hill style break.
Yeah.
Break, and break.
Side by side, this is a lapped manoeuvre for Verstappen, passing Giovinazzi. And that... Oh, no. He's under investigation by the stewards. Oh, Leclerc touches the exit curb. He's having to weave down the hangar straight, but
Here he comes.
Hamilton's got the DRS. That was so close to contact. Leclerc, aggressive defending, but Hamilton sends it up the inside.
The Merc just
That was close.
eased past in the end. The drama was from Leclerc
Yeah,
in his defending.
that was very close to contact. Hamilton sort of...
It was a
had to-
late defence
Yeah.
as well. Now, we've had that a few times recently where,
Grosjean and Tictum.
yeah, that was really bad.
Yeah.
Tictum.
Yeah. So let's have another look at it. Down the hangar straight in the off-board camera. Hamilton goes. I don't think that's as bad because Leclerc moved before Hamilton did. They almost moved in unison, didn't they? So
Yeah, we'll give him that.
Yeah. Let's take a look. So watch. Leclerc moves first, then Hamilton moves. So they do move together. Yeah. But Hamilton made the move.
Anyway, it's fair in the end. Magnussen has
Let's hear
team
from him.
radio.
Oh, this is why Magnussen's out of the race. Magnussen is out of the Grand Prix. He becomes our first and only retirement so far. 3 laps to go. 2 Mercedes battling it out for second and third, while Red Bull are dominant further ahead. They've managed the tyres to perfection in this Grand Prix, and now all the attention turns to the blistering of the 2 Mercedes, who usually have blistering pace. Now they have blistering tyres. As Hamilton looks to the inside coming into farm, nothing here. Into the loop, looks to the outside. Bottas goes defensive. Hamilton will cut back to the inside, down towards Aintree.
Look at the blistering on Valtteri's tyre on the left-hand side.
He's got him. Hamilton pulls to the outside line. Bottas has the inside, but Hamilton has the DRS and breezes past Bottas. And Hamilton up
And
into
fastest
second.
lap.
Yeah, and fastest lap in that last lap with the toe. Red Bull are looking. Their factory is in Milton Keynes. It is 15 minutes away from Silverstone. They are going to have a home victory. And that is amazing. I'm trying to think, did they win in Austria? They didn't, did they?
Yeah, it's we've got.
No, didn't win in Austria.
It's been the same 3 though, hasn't it?
It's been Hamilton, Bottas, and Verstappen all year so far.
It's Verstappen's time to have the top step.
Finally, Mercedes are not going to win a Grand Prix in 2020. It's going to be a new runner. 3 in a row for Mercedes. Now starts Verstappen to win. He's coming onto the back straight. Hamilton is 10 seconds back. Lucky to avoid a penalty, I can say, for that pit stop error. But it is going to be Max Verstappen winning his 9th Grand Prix and winning at Silverstone. It's not going to be the British Grand Prix for Verstappen, but it's going to be one that will be treasured. He will be the only winner of this Grand Prix. It's Max Verstappen winning the 70th anniversary of Formula One, the only Grand Prix ever, and he's done it. Lewis Hamilton comes home on his home track to finish second, and Valtteri Bottas will finish third to surely end his title hopes of this season. It looks to be a 2-horse race between Verstappen and Hamilton, but what a day for Red Bull.
Next race, Spain.
Max Verstappen finally winning a Grand Prix in 2020. Well overdue, if you ask me, after a bad look in the opening race in Austria. He's been on the podium now every single time going forward. Hamilton finishes second, extends his lead in the championship now to 30 points. That is going to be key. Bottas in third. Well, that's pretty much his championship over, isn't it? He's so far adrift now to get victories. Only had the one so far. Leclerc fourth, Albon fifth at the moment, rounding out the top 5. Stroll, Hülkenberg, Ocon, Norris and Kvyat complete the top 10 of the points. Great from Hülkenberg to get more points as well here. That could be something as well if he gets another one back. Pierre Gasly finishing in 11th place. Vettel is 12th. Sainz 13th. Ricciardo 14th. And then we get Raikkonen finishing in 15th, but he was a lap down. Grosjean, Giovinazzi, Latifi, Russell also a lap down. Still no points for Williams, the only team without points. And Kevin Magnussen retiring in the closing few laps due to an engine issue later to be discovered as a problem with the gearbox. We're back for the Spanish Grand Prix in a week's time, where we hope to see a repeat of this weekend. Can Red Bull dominate a circuit that Mercedes historically have not gone well at? Time will tell. From us all here, bye for now.